The morning air clung heavy, damp, like something waiting to break. I slid into my car, briefcase on the passenger seat, rehearsing words for the meeting that would decide my wife's inheritance. Then he appeared. A homeless man, wild-eyed, clothes in tatters. He stumbled toward me, nearly collapsing against the hood. His voice cracked through the stillness. "Sir, don't start that car! Your wife's sister!" He stopped. His face twisted, as if he'd already said too much. Then he staggered back, clutching his head, muttering. I froze, my hand hovering over the ignition. Her sister! Why her? Why now? I stepped out slowly, scanning the street. Empty, silent. Just him, vanishing into the alley. The unease lingered, coiling inside me. A warning, sharp and deliberate. I didn't start the car. I called for a cab instead. But the words kept echoing. Her sister. At the meeting, I expected hostility. Her family never welcomed me, not really. They tolerated, calculated. My wife's sister, always whispering, always circling. When I walked in, their laughter stopped. Faces drained. She, the sister, slumped back, eyes wide as if she'd seen a ghost. Her hands trembled against the polished table. I sat down calmly, though inside something sharp twisted deeper. Why would my presence unnerve her? Unless... The puzzle sharpened. The homeless man's words, her sudden fear, my wife's evasive glances these last few weeks, the late-night calls she silenced when I entered the room. I said nothing. I simply watched. And in that silence, I understood. This wasn't about inheritance. Not only. It was about betrayal. I began collecting pieces, quietly, methodically. Her phone, left unlocked one careless morning. A number saved under a false name. I traced it, not to a stranger, to her sister. Emails buried deep in the archives. Phrases that reeked of intimacy, written in code but undeniable. "You're the one who should have married me. He doesn't suspect." Soon. The walls of my chest tightened, but I forced my face still. I ordered a DNA test on the papers of our child. A routine check, I told the clinic. But it wasn't routine. It was war, silent and invisible. At dinner I played the role, smiling, asking about her day, watching her eyes flicker every time her phone buzzed, watching how quickly she excused herself. I let her believe I was blind, but beneath the calm surface I was dissecting her every move. Each laugh, each hesitation, each late return from visits with family. Every step took me closer to the truth, and every step hollowed me further. The report arrived, white envelope, sealed, simple, final. I didn't open it immediately. I let it sit, heavy on the table. A quiet verdict waiting to be read. When I finally unfolded the pages, I felt the world split in two. The child was not mine. I didn't shout. I didn't break. I simply exhaled, a long, controlled release of years of doubt. That night I slid the report across the table during dinner, my hand steady, my eyes colder than hers could bear. She read. Her lips parted. A tremor ran through her body. She started. "Don't," I said. Just one word. A knife dressed as syllable. Silence drowned the room. Her mask cracked. Tears welled. But I didn't move, didn't comfort, didn't rage. She knew that I knew, and that was enough. I didn't confront her alone. I waited for the next family gathering, a celebration. Her father presiding, her sister by her side. Laughter spilling like false wine. And then, quietly, deliberately, I placed the report in front of her father. No words, just the truth, printed and undeniable. The laughter died. Chairs scraped. Eyes darted. Her sister turned pale, her composure shattering, as though the wall she built had been ripped apart brick by brick. My wife broke first, sobbing, clinging to explanations that no one wanted to hear. Her father's face curdled into fury, shame, disbelief. I stood there, still, a shadow cutting through their ruin. She begged me with her eyes, desperate for me to intervene, to soften the blow. I gave her nothing, just silence. And then I left. The night air felt cleaner than it had in months, sharp, cutting, alive. Behind me, the house sank into chaos. Voices clashing, accusations flying, the weight of their secrets finally crushing them. I didn't look back. They thought they destroyed me, that I'd break, that I'd crawl. But I had taken everything from them in silence. Their lies exposed, their reputations shattered, their power gone. I walked into the darkness with nothing in my hands, but everything in my control. And as the echo of their ruin faded, one truth rang colder than the rest. I never needed revenge. I only needed the truth. And now they'll live with it forever.